We have lost contact with North America's 4th Air Force and their 8th Infantry Regiment. Are there any survivors from the 3rd Infantry Division and the 11th Regiment? Please respond. They're engaged in battle with the enemy's 18th Mechanized Battalion. They're requesting reinforcements. The 2nd and 4th Armored Divisions are in retreat. More than half of both divisions are reported to be dead or injured.
How long must we wait in the shadows? Why won't they launch the Fighting Thunders?
Emergency contact from the Army. Immediately carry out an attack by Fighting Thunder, assist the North American Army, and completely destroy targeted weapons of destruction. Those are their orders.
Fighting Thunder. Why even bother with that name? Hey, Raiden! Did you hear that? It's a little late, but hurry and make your way to the battleground. I'll transfer each of you the info. Too much blood has already been shed, but we'll do what we can to stem the flow. A while, but finally we received the attack order. We must reduce damage as much as possible. Good luck.
I'm forwarding you the information. Please confirm before beginning your mission. Do you hear me, Raiden? We're still surveying the enemies, so please head straight to the scene.
There doesn't appear to be many enemies coming to the suburbs, but you can't be negligent. Remember, shoot them before they shoot you. Max speaking. You're aware of it, but it's the first time to witness contamination of this level with these kinds of massive weapons. To be honest, I don't know what will happen, so be careful.
I'm sending you the information on the enemy. No contaminations from surface weapons have been confirmed in the area. This will be aerial combat, so please active search. The 18th Mechanized Infantry are engaged in blocking the advancement of the enemy ships into metropolitan areas. It is unclear how long they can maintain the front line, so please hurry to the area. The speed of enemy destruction is perfect. Neither the plane nor the pilot has been damaged in the conflict. We will be entering the metropolitan area very soon. The enemy in that area are being mopped up by the 2nd and 4th Panzer Divisions. Please quickly pass through it and aim for the target ahead.
Hold on. This is too much for the defense corps to handle on their own. Descend and pursue the destruction of the target.
Captain, is that really necessary? The citizens have all been evacuated, and most of the enemy weapons have been destroyed.
That may be so, but I'm sure the retreating people can deal with the coffee break. It won't hurt to help out.
I'm getting a response by radar. Numerous enemies have crossed the defense lines and invaded the metropolitan area.
You heard it. Sorry, but I'm gonna have to ask you to respond appropriately on site.
getting a response on my radar. Numerous enemies have crossed the defense lines and invaded the metropolitan area. Enemy aircraft is flying between skyscrapers. Please be careful.
Be careful, I said. Do you have any better advice for me?
I believe it's the captain's role to give advice. Don't you have any advice for me?
Make sure you don't hit the building.
Enemy flight battleships are approaching? Look. There are vessels leaving from the shore. That's just not check that the enemy had suspended action following.
Believe that something so huge is being attacked. But I gotta say, the mission was well accomplished.
Excellent job. I will check the measuring instruments, so please stand by at cruising speed.
Well, I'd like to relax over a coffee now, but it seems that's not possible. What's the report, Ashiria?
We have received contact from the Middle East range. It appears to be a high crystal response within the vicinity of latitude 18 degrees north and longitude 42 degrees east. It seems like the same energy response as the high detection.
In other words, there's been another annoying contamination. Unfortunately, you'll have to refuse the invitation to tonight's party.
There's a town around the oasis ahead of us, but it appears that there has been much weapon response.
Their attacks seem perfectly efficient. Can it be there's some sort of unified strategy?
There are no SOS calls from the town. Was everyone able to evacuate?
All I know is that I have permission to attack them without hesitation.
Why are you always so passive? Is that because you're military man?
I'm not sure myself. What do you think, Ashiria? You're military.
You're so mean. Your destruction rate is pretty low. Captain, you weren't very efficient out there. I'm sure there's no problem with the plane. Raid the valley and proceed without going over the cliff. Why have you chosen to raid them as if they're humans?
I won't jump to conclusions yet, but I sense that those crystals have advanced intelligence.
Intelligence? No way! Even if they had any, it could only be simple behavioral patterns like that of instincts, right?
Can't rely on the words of scholars. Let's just be cautious for now.
Enemy response eliminated. Please maintain your control.
The enemies will start gathering soon. Gotta rush through.
Bellwether will head later. Exercise caution because I can't. Entry into the room. Raiden is unscathed. It's perfect up to here. The data analysis from Raiden is complete. What are these numbers?
Hurry up and report.
There's crystal reaction from the cave, but no contamination has been detected from other than the crystals.
So it's a cave surrounded by crystals. Promising cave for the future. Man, give me a break.
But to have contamination in a cave?
I guess the cave's being empty.
High energy response. It's deep inside.
Well, we'll have to ask it to come out and play.
The enemy is transforming and the energy level is increasing. Please be extra careful. Enemy deactivated. Watch out for explosions. I found a path to exit out into the sky. Please make a vertical ascent and evacuate at once.
Excavating crystals. I think we can assume now that they have intelligence. We'll join you after inspecting the cave, so stand by. Sorry for keeping you waiting. I'm heading towards the Wind's shipping port. It's a private port and also actually carries out repairs and maintenance for VCD.
Bellwether will head there immediately, but please patrol and secure the surrounding airspace before heading towards the scene. A transmission has come in from the council. I'm connecting it.
It's been a long time, Captain Maxwell. Why is Bellwether heading toward Windsport?
Ah, Miss Helga Lindbergh. What a pleasure to hear from a woman who must be so busy working for the council.
Thanks for being so considerate. Although I'd be even happier if you didn't increase my workload. Why did you change the course at Bellwether? I'd also like an explanation for the SOS call to the port in the name of BCD.
Well, that's...
Captain, I've confirmed multiple contaminated weapons here at Windsor. What happened?
Good. Quickly mop up the port enemies, Ray. Yes, sir. Oh.
Yes, we tell me all about it when you have time later.
Captain, you issued an SOS call to the ship. Did you know that the enemy...
I came up with a hypothesis while retrieving the crystals in the cave, so I made the call just in case.
The port enemy has nearly annihilated. We will continue with their duties, so please be patient. Your vital meter is decreasing. I understand, so please stay focused to the end. Emergency contact in the show port defense base. It's undergoing massive attack of contaminated weapons. We're receiving requests for urgent relief.
I knew they'd be appearing there too. Retreat. You hear that, Raiden? Fly northwest from there and you'll arrive in no time. Hurry! We're heading there too.
All enemies have been deactivated. So you're good at sea warfare as well? Please take care of Michelle Point too. Captain, you mentioned that you knew they'd have...
Yeah. My hypothesis was unfortunately correct. I thought these crystals might be advanced life forms that could mutually communicate.
They look like jewels, but are actually intellectual.
You see, they were obviously mining those crystals in that cave for a certain reason. I assumed that by us taking away their crystals, they'd come back for revenge.
Well then, why don't you report to the Weapons Development Division and Council and ask for an analysis?
There'll be years of meeting if you ask for help from scientists and politicians. Showing them the results is the quickest way.
Excuse me, but that remark is one that ignores civilian control. Your remark and conduct are worthy of a military tribunal.
Well, in that case, tell them you were forced by the captain.
Energy response. The contaminated weapons. Below. It's coming out from the water. weapons are opening up. The way is definition. Transforming into a walking paradise.
I've never heard of a weapon like this before. Did they actually innovate the weapons they took? Well, anyways, I'm glad we've won. We can't leave the crystals like this. We better head to the French LHC, or else we'll be chased forever.
Do you hear me, Raiden? We're being forced by the captain to head towards France after withdrawing.
We don't want to stand out too much on this mission, so we'll fly close above the sea and the ground until we get close to the LHC.
I'm getting responses to contaminated weapons in the plant area. Raiden, I need you to proceed and destroy them. We're getting close to Sidonia Falls, blend into the waterfall on the side. I'm sorry for ruining your coffee time, Captain, but there is a transmission.
Oh, Madam Lindblom from the Council. I'm surprised you've already caught on.
It's not the Council. It's from the weapons transmission. I will connect you.
Forget that we're at war while you're carefree with talking. How about paying attention to your role as the captain of Bellwether, a cutting-edge aircraft carrier?
Bellwether of the Weapons Development Division performs wonderfully. It would really be helpful if you could improve the seat and coffee as well.
Go on a walk with these things, precious aircraft.
I'm not obliged to inform you, technical officer.
You think I'm some kind of normal technical officer? Without me, Raiden and Bellwether wouldn't be around. This whole war with the crystals depends on me. I guess it's difficult for someone like you who judges people on ranks to understand.
Alright, apologize. The transmissions will be temporarily shut off since the ship will be entering the atmosphere. I will contact you when the line is closed.
Lieutenant Campbell of the Weapons Development. I knew the name, but didn't know how annoying it would be.
The enemy destruction speed is slow. Please be cautious in combat. We will be approaching the LHC facility very soon. I'm getting a contamination response from my lead. Captain, multiple contaminated weapons are invading the LHC facility.
Was it drawn to our crystals? How did they get here before we did? Respond to the enemy in the air, Bellwether. Annihilate the enemies that have invaded the LHC facility, right? They've been quite impatient. They've done it in an organized formation. They have a commanding officer or something?
A commander among the crystals?
I was speaking hypothetically, but there's no doubt there must be some core that's giving orders. Protect the central facility. We're occupied here. Sorry for being a bad noise. I need you to help us take out the remaining enemies in the sky.
You've let too many enemies escape. I know it's a tough mission, but please hang in there. Now help us out in the sky.
Endless attack. They just keep appearing. Could it be that they understand war strategies?
A high energy response is approaching the sky above the facility.
Is this one good? Don't let it near the LHC facility.
The enemy has arrived in the sky above the LHC. Please don't let them invade any further. The side parts have separated and fallen. Captain, the enemy has invaded the LHC facility.
Fire! Pursue it and destroy it by any necessary means. Well done. That was close, but you were able to finish it without destroying the LHC facility.
Captain, emergency contact from the deck. Surveillance plane is on the floor sorting. Message from the second storage room. The crystals were snatched by somebody.
One problem after another. Jeez. Can't they just give me some time to enjoy my coffee?
The surveillance plane that stole crystals just now is heading towards the northeastern sea.
The objective is unclear, but recovery is top priority, so hurry and pursue it. Nothing will come by carrying away the crystals. It must have been planned once they penetrated the bellwether and carried them away, right?
A transmission from an unregistered identification code. Captain, how should I proceed?
Cut into the VCD military line, so it may not be unrelated to this mission. Why don't you connect to them?
I am honored. I'm Jesus. This is Valvarosa Hawkeye. You've heard.
The pirate Barbarossa was the one who stole the crystal.
I heard that attacking the army was a hobby of yours, but I never knew you were a thief. Are you having trouble making a living?
An incompetent bastard who can't even take care of contaminated weapons is gonna treat me like a thief? Just remember that I'm getting paid to hell.
Oh. You get money for those crystals.
Way too much information. You sound pretty innocent, but I guess I shouldn't underestimate you. I'm in a contract and can't say much, so let's just put it this way. The more disputes, the merrier.
This, you're involved in the crystals? You've been attacking the army for the last few years, but now you're doing the crystals?
I don't understand what a pirate would be thinking. Here's this.
We are in the optimal state for eliminating the enemy. Please keep it up. Another external transmission at this time? Captain. It's from the Weapons Development Division.
It appears that the crystals have been taken by someone. This is an inexcusable mistake, Captain.
You have sharp ears as usual. We are doing all we can to recover. They're hard to regain. We are considering sinking the leaves and crystals into the sea.
Sink? There's no way that can be allowed. Those are valuable. Well, more importantly, Bellwether's mission is not to play tag with bandits. We should leave the recovery mission to other squadrons to prepare for battle with contaminated weapons.
Unfortunately, we don't turn the other cheek. But don't listen to the rumors, Captain, and please return to your important research task.
The people doing the desk work are so carefree. They'll win the battle.
Thunder on a pirate.
We public officials are gentle on citizens, but it's the VCD's policy to be tough on those who fail to pay their taxes.
I'm also nice to citizens, but hate soldiers. I'm seriously going back now. VH wouldn't be famous if it ended like this.
It is being bombed, is that alright? Raiden will be in danger too if you overlook pirates.
Alright, we're ready. Be it the cherished treasure of mankind or whatever, you come at me, I am. Sorry, but we're going to destroy you.
It's like the strength of an army. The army won't be able to control it.
This isn't the time to be moved. Not the contaminated weapons. We also have to be seriously engaged. I'm sure you understand.
contaminated by the crystals.
A high-energy crystal response from your enemy. Stolen crystals are mutating into a contaminated state. The crystals are absorbing the power of the patch. The potential to circle high-power weapons is high. Exercise caution. Enemy formation has changed. The energy level is increasing.
Sorry, but it's not over. There's still something else coming out. Damn. Moron said he wouldn't contaminate, but look at this! I suspected something the moment I heard that obnoxious name shift.
The enemy battleship and defensive weapons have been completely...
You know, I would like to talk to you about various things. Can you come to our ship, Sir Valderos?
You'll abide by the proper etiquette if you're going to invite a lady.
What? You're a lady, Barbarossa? I'm a human. We shall commence the attack on the enemy facility based on the information we got from VH.
A facility that was supposed to be closed by the Weapons Development Division. This has become a nuisance.
I've told you many times that I was only hired and don't know the details. But I did do my research on it, because stuff like that is important.
But I can't believe that it's a weapons development facility that was supposed to be shut down.
There's no time for thinking. It seems they're ready for battle.
Your response to the enemies is wonderful. This performance is remarkable given that the enemy has state-of-the-art weaponry. An incoming transmission from inside the enemy facility.
What is it? There are no contaminated weapons around this area.
Why are you here?
What are you doing in a facility that should have been torn down? Different from the official records, isn't it?
It was necessary to avoid the eyes of the idiots in the council. There are a bunch of imbeciles who don't understand the importance of crystal energy and such.
I see. So you are technologically improved, right?
That agreement is ridiculous. The weapons division has actually already been successful. What do you think provides the energy for fighting Thunder and Bellwether?
That's an intriguing one.
We needed to bring our knowledge to the council for the future of mankind. SHIP is an organization formed by scientists with the same purpose. You guys on the front lines know well what it would be like if Raiden weren't here during the battle with the crystals, right?
It would have been tough for sure. The pirate ship hired by the captain has also been contaminated. Crystals aren't something we use lightly. They're too dangerous.
I thought that the armies would be more useful, but you're being rash like that. trying to do? Do you realize that you're closing the doors of the future of mankind?
That's correct. The danger level from contaminated weapons is something that we know best since we're on the front line. If there's something you want to say to the captain...
Stupid colonists who don't understand the righteousness of shift!
Are you letting the enemies flee? I'm most used to defeat on the battle.
There are many famous creatures in the back of a facility of this kind to store and transport machinery and finished weapons. You escape from there.
Raiden, can you hear me? I'll send you the escape routes from within the facility. It's just that the analysis is outdated, so please ascertain your on-site routes in accordance with the situation. Not everything that Lieutenant Ambleman said can be wrong, so it's complicated.
Let's prioritize the performance of duties now, rather than being frustrated.
Raiden is currently entering the underground cargo transport route in the facility.
You should be able to leave if you advance that way. Continue calmly.
Escaping from the cargo route. We have the opportunity, so we might as well use the capabilities of the latest weapons we developed.
Be careful, Ryan. Lieutenant Campbell does have first-tier abilities.
It appears that he has a gigantic sword. Please exercise caution. First, third play? This is tough. The number has increased.
It appears that the number has increased. You need to calm down.
All the weapons have been destroyed. It was definitely hard.
This is an internal squabble, and I'd like to make the last one at that.
What will happen to Captain Campbell?
That's something for the council to judge. Let's just focus on the battle that awaits us.
We have entered Arduena Silva Escondida. We will head toward the Estranged Space Center after passing through the coast.
Go ahead, Ryan. Watch out for contaminated weapons.
You seem to have safely entered the forest.
I know that it's a secret mission. Can you tell me the target already? I'm just not used to carrying out a mission without knowing the targets.
Alright. I told you that we were able to retrieve a lot of information from the ship facility that you guys destroyed, right? Well, it seems that any information stored on an individual crystal gets collectively shared by all the other crystals.
Is that really possible?
I've heard that even among terrestrial life forms, if an individual learns a new way to hunt, the same method of hunting is suddenly acquired by other individuals all around the world. This may be like the collective unconscious that Young talked about.
It's hard for me to understand the things, so can you explain it more in layman's terms?
Simply said, the information that comes into contact with crystals is unique to all the contaminated weapons.
I see. So they're making it as unclear as possible as to where they're going.
That's correct.
crystals will share any information among each other, so you can't let them escape. You've got to do better.
Alright. Can you possibly tell us the reason for aiming for the X-ray space station?
Well, I'm sorry about this sudden topic, but you'll have to go to outer space.
I see. Excuse me, what did you just say?
I will officially relay the Council mission. Both Bellwether and Fighting Thunder will head toward the planet where the crystals exist and destroy the source of the crystals flying into the Earth. That's it.
What is that utterly reckless strategy?
Don't worry. Bellwether and Raiden were both created to be active in outer space. You learned that during the training, right?
That's not the problem. The sudden mission?
This is the official mission to us from the Council, right?
Yes. I'm sorry, Max, about asking you to do this reckless mission. It is the kind of resignation that I despise.
That's all right. We are soldiers. You tell us to go somewhere, and whether it is the end of the universe or otherwise, we'll accomplish the mission.
Thanks, Max.
We are approaching the acceleration limit momentarily. Please hurry back to Bellwether. Hurry, Raiden. Break away in 3, 2, 1. I know it's a breakaway mission, but I would have liked it if you had destroyed it a little bit. I'm calculating the coordinates. Since it was a breakaway to avoid the enemy attack, it's far from the
What can we do? Head toward the destination point while watching out for the cosmic garbage?
Why do they need weapons in this area?
The equipment for removing the cosmic garbage appears to have been contaminated by crystals. Before we could realize it, contamination had spread inside.
I realize that it's really tough with the contaminated weapons, but there's not much time until the warp device will be activated. Please hurry toward the destination.
Is the warp device the alchemy drive that was successfully experimented with, around 3 years ago, right? It creates space-time foam based on the contraction of essential space.
The device will be used on the enemy planet. Hurry up, we can't be late.
Numerous contamination responses have been detected among the debris of the colony. Please be careful. We are leaving from the colony area and will be arriving at the destination shortly. The contaminated weapons respawn from 9 o'clock. What? That's way too big.
I know this one. It's Angle, the space debris retrieval column. This is being contaminated too.
So large, you can't tell, but it appears we haven't reached
Stand firm to the end, Raiden. Got it?
it. It's silent. The contamination response is disappeared. Part is destroyed.
Gosh. We can say we are fortunate and that they have been destroyed before they would attack the Earth.
Raiden and Bellwether are heading toward destination point.
We will somehow be able to make it according to schedule. I wonder if something
It's developed into an interesting twist. It's worth leaving the sea sometimes.
What? Barbarossa? Oh, I forgot that you were still aboard. Bellwether has returned to cruising speed. Orion fighters have been deployed.
So it begins. If we lose this battle, we lose all of VCD's main force. Even if that were not the case, all the crystals lying inside of the
We'll begin a descent onto the mother planet. Numerous contaminated weapons confirmed in satellite images. Proceed with caution.
However, there's no time to make it easy. We must wipe out any enemy forces that obscure our path as we descend.
that civilization. But could it be that it's the planet itself that is contaminated? This must mean that what we had thought was their mother planet was in fact an already contaminated planet.
Is this the future of Earth? This lifeless planet?
We're here to prevent that from happening. Destroy the enemy.
Yes, sir. Wait, what is this? There's something odd. It appears to be a planet which once esteemed life, but the atmosphere seems to consist almost completely of carbon dioxide with some nitrogen.
Do you really think this is the appropriate time for a science class?
My apologies, but I feel as if I've seen this atmospheric composition ratio somewhere. Captain, I'm reading an ultra-high energy signal deep beneath the surface. It's unlike anything we've come across before. There's a high probability that this is
There must be a path. Extend the range of our radar and search the surface for leaking energy.
understood. In the area ahead, there's a position of energy leaking from the ground. I will deploy all Raiden fighters to that location.
Well done. Did you hear that, Raiden? Looks like we'll have to head underground and destroy them directly. Set course to the objective point immediately.
Raiden has made a successful infiltration.
Alright. The rest of the Raiden fighters in the Bellwether will support from the air. It will be disadvantageous to fight separately. Gather around the Bellwether and lend each other support.
CO2 at 95.32%, N2 at 2.7%, argon at 1.6%, oxygen at 0.13%.
Syria, focus on the battle right now. You can
investigate the atmospheric composition of your 110 galaxies.
Yes, I'm sorry. But I've a combination of change the numbers. Your enemy distraction rate is amazing. A brilliant military achievement for a final battle.
Are they in?
Affirmative. Raiden has reached the gate.
Glad to listen. Remember, folks, we're here to fight, not to get ourselves killed.
Well, it's one thing that civilization is progressive, but all these machines are messy. Personally, I need a view of the ocean.
Remember now, Captain. CO2 at 95 millimeters and 2 Carbon at 1.3%. It's Mars! This atmospheric composition is exactly the same as Mars!
Same as Mars. Is that so? Although I fail to see exactly how it's worked.
There is water on Earth and none on Mars. That is said to be the reason why there is only water on Earth. And there was water underneath Mars' surface. Why then is there no...
Who knows? I'm not a scientist, so I have to know.
If there was first water, underneath it.
If for some reason life disappeared, the water disappeared and the oxygen disappeared from the atmosphere, are you saying that was caused by the crystals?
I thought it was odd when we first came this way. Regardless of the contamination caused by the crystals, in order to destroy all life form on the planet would take 2 moons in it.
I see. So what you're suggesting is that the crystals buried on Earth were not meant to contaminate the planet, but were buried to change the atmosphere itself. So you mean they can change the planet itself?
But what would be the crystal's motive for doing that? You mean to say they aren't trying to invade Earth?
What an impressive response made for a first-time battle in outer space. Was the battle worthy of an ace? I don't know that much, but we may have been thinking about this all wrong.
Assyria, can you analyze the ingredients of the crystals around Raiden?
I'll try. The crystals here are made mostly out of hydrogen and oxygen. In other words, they're close to Antoine.
So what's being made here is different from contaminated crystals after all.
If water is present, then more than half of the CO2 in the atmosphere will dissolve into water. There is a chance that the same thing that happened in the early stages of Earth will create the ocean.
So, after turning the entire planet into an uninhabitable planet like Mars, we can transform it back into a planet where life can live.
Seriously? So the crystals are trying to reset the planet?
Looks like this is more than a simple matter of a space invasion by an extraterrestrial life.
New wind of beings who act on a scale like this? These are beings who control planets.
That doesn't mean we can just give up. Besides, I've already planned my schedule for my vacation.
You're right. It's not good to analyze things more than it's necessary. We're military. All we're required to do is do our best to complete our mission. crystals. Although I'm not entirely sure they even have a concept of civilization.
Captain, the magnetic field surrounding Raiden is turning into something like a storm. At this rate, our communication will be severed.
Right, you hear us? Respond. What's going on?
We've lost communication. However, vitals still remain, so it is likely that it will. What exactly are these?
Consider cheap answers, like them being the wake-up call, revenge upon mankind.
I'm not exactly ready to start eating, drinking, and being married anytime soon. There's no way I'm not returning to Earth and seeing the big blue sea again.
There's nothing we can do now. We have to pray that finally returns victorious.
Right. I don't know if you can hear me. Get back here.
surrounding energy signals have all stopped. All enemies who had been engaged with Raiden fighters have stopped moving.
Could it be that they've really managed to succeed? Breathtaking!
Incoming transmission from Raiden. Mission complete. Returning to base.
All I can say is, well done. They really pulled it off.
no way to make repairs?
I've checked with the maintenance chief numerous times, but the main power of the adjustment control mechanisms is broken. Only a selected number of scientists from the weapon development sector can comprehend the control program of that portion, which means that we cannot undergo repairs aboard the Bellwether.
What about our signal back to Earth?
We've been sending it for the past month, but the Alcubierre drive stored aboard the Bellwether is a simplified system developed for a return trip back, so apparently there's no way to know how far its communications reach.
Even if we develop the system, if we can't control the output, it'll be like going through a blender, and we'll be shredded to bits in outer space. I don't know if they've received our attempts at communication. We have a month's worth of food, but it's worrisome not to know what will happen after that.
Well, there's no point in worrying about that now. And, at the moment, there's no point in having no energy from a lack of eating. And so I'm off to have a meal.
How optimistic. Although, it might actually be important at times like this.
Quite so. Maybe I'll follow suit and drink some of my little remaining coffee. Quite so. Maybe I'll follow suit and drink some of my remaining coffee.
Wait, Captain! We've received a response to your message. It's from VCD. What a relief. It appears they've received it. I'll patch us through, although it is a one-way transmission.
Captain, and the entire crew of the Bellwether, well done. We've witnessed your victory through the halting of the contaminated weapons. Right now, the entire Earth is in utter celebration. The Defense Army is currently putting together a special team to go and rescue the heroes who saved the Earth. Most likely, they'll be able to go and get you in the next few days, so hold on to hope and wait.
Yes, Captain. We have been rescued.
The transmission hasn't ended yet. Don't rejoice just yet and calm yourself.
Oh, and Max, I've loaded a lot of South American coffee beans onto the rescue ship, so you'll have something to look forward to.
What? Really? We've been saved!
Captain, the transmission hasn't ended yet.
Yes. Yes, let's all calm down.
I'll say it once again. Thank you all.
This is a message to all crew members. The battle has ended. However, we cannot be certain that the threat is past. It's all right to rejoice, but hold on to your responsibility as a soldier in the days leading up to our rescue.